live from the dungeons of Aufstrag. Now, they haven't spotted me yet, so it's really important that I stay quiet while I deliver this very special announcement from Troll Lord Games. Our crowdfunding campaign for the Reforged Adventurers backpack begins in the last week of May or the first week of June, and you'll be able to find it on BackerKit. Now, basically, the Reforged Adventurers backpack is your ultimate expansion for Castles and Crusades. Inside, you'll find 13 completely unique character classes, each brimming with story potential, and now fully leveled up for high-level play. You'll also find a treasure trove of specialized gear packs. And obviously, there's one tailor-made for every single class in the game, but we didn't stop there. We've lovingly hand-packed, pre-made equipment packs for every kind of hobby, profession, or weird little interest that your character could possibly have. Seriously, everything from brewing, to trapping, to performing, to Anyway, we've also included updated rules for multi-classing, class and a half, and dual classing, now finally explained in a way that won't make your wizard cry. And last but certainly not least, all of the pages have been cleansed of their ancient bindings. So there's no more OGL content. New layout, new art, maximum magic. So whether you're a cunning arcane thief, or a brave skald, or just a thief with a dream, it's time to gear up, roll high, and carry out your destiny in style. I think the coast is clear, and it's time for me to move on. We'll see you in BackerKit. Matching clothes. Just, gotta be ready for everything. Really, really, really super quiet. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, wait. Okay. The Adventurer's backpack. Backlight by Evie. Crap. This is Grace coming at you live.
Troll Lord Games, join the fray.
And there we are. We're live.
Say what?
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Hey,
folks.
How is everybody?
Guess who's back?
I'm just looking at Mel's Twitch came up and her Twitter, and she's building a hex crawl. Oh my God! Look at her hex crawl. That's gonna be awesome. Anyway, go ahead.
It has been quite some time. My job, which I just lost my job on Friday, but before I lost my job on Friday, I had to work until 6 p.m. Eastern time. Didn't leave me much time to get on the streams, but now that I am currently not working, I am able to be back here with you guys. So.
Right.
Yeah, silver linings. You know.
Which maiden shirt does I have on? It's a Legacy of the Beast.
You're fit. You're fit for the day.
2 minutes to midnight.
Hey, Hoyt,
Right.
how are you? Greetings,
Davis, we can hear
greetings. He knows. I'm on to his tricks.
I need to get a room with like a padding on the sides and just like a
That wouldn't matter if you're hitting the desk.
Well, no desk. It's like a padded desk.
Davis, what you're saying is we need you put you in a padded room in a straitjacket.
We need to no. What we need to do is like put him in like a back to tank, basically. Where there's like nothing you can hit.
Do you know, whenever I look at those straitjacket things, I get claustrophobic. I would literally go insane in a straitjacket. I would go insane.
Well, that's ironic.
Well, that is ironic.
Yeah.
Considering that you'd already have to be insane.
Yeah. Don't they all just put random people in straitjackets? Do they even use straitjackets anymore?
No, they do not.
No, I can't imagine.
They're considered unethical and
So-
dangerous now.
Real quick,
Yeah.
let me bring us in real quick. So we work for Troll Lord Games. Our fearless leader will be here shortly. If you're new to the stream, give us a follow. Exports Point Raffle. We'll get you into a raffle we're doing here over on Twitch. If you're watching from one of the other platforms, you'd have to come over here to get in the raffle, but we appreciate you watching. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. Preface them with question in caps in front of it. I've got a queue going. I'll get them in there. And I will get back to some of these questions in just a minute. I'm getting them in queue. We'll get to them. I just got to check some things here. There was one question, though. Yeah. So actually, all these questions I can answer, I guess, more or less. So what is a trinket and how will that impact the game? That's from Hallroth. It's just extra treasure. It doesn't impact the game at all unless you want it to impact the game. It's just treasure. It's simplistic treasures. It's a chart that you can use if you want to give away something, or if you want to make something specific to a certain character, or whatever. So it gives you lots of other real odds and ends, weird stuff, Let's see. Next question.
On that, we actually describe what it is rather than just like a necklace. We go into a little brief detail.
Yeah, like maybe it's got a squirrel skull and a feather through it and 3 silver beads or whatever.
Yeah, something to make it distinct, to bring personality to it, basically.
Right. Exactly.
And then randomly, you always have to roll a d20 and the character dies.
What?
Insta death. All the trinkets come with insta death.
Let's see. Callus, I'll check that. I see what your comment is about BackerKit. I'll look. I was really moving fast, so I may have put the wrong one there. I'll fix it. Sparky says, who's doing the design work on the sorcerer class? It's the warlock class, Sparky. And
Sparky. Get it straight,
I am Sparky. So far I am. There'll be others involved, I'm sure.
So. Yeah, I'm sure.
So what is the warlock? How's it distinct from other...
Think of Solomon Kane, sort of.
Nothing like Solomon Kane. Nothing like... Solomon Kane is the anti-warlock.
Yeah.
Solomon Kane? It's nothing like that.
Yeah. It's kind of like Elric, where like he gets his power from like specific entities and other planes.
That's right. Remember how he served Malabok? Remember how he served him? It's kind of like that. But it doesn't just have to be an outer world presence. It could be someone powerful on the planet you're on. If they're powerful,
it's like a cleric, but the guy's an asshole.
Right.
Manfred says it's a 7th level wizard like AD&D.
Yeah. That's good. That is good. I like that. Manfred. Yeah, they sell their soul for magical power. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
it's going to have it'll have a little bit of a twist on it. I've got some stuff.
Sort of like a Congress critter.
I gotta tell you,
I don't know about Hagar. I don't know if you could be the warlock of Waffle House. You'd have to talk with Cooperative Waffles and see if he's okay with that.
I gotta tell you guys, in all seriousness, if any of you have not seen the old Adventurers backpack and you're just coming in now, grab it, because personally, the Adventurers backpack has long been my favorite source book for Castles and Crusades.
Yeah.
The new classes I think are really cool. I've always wanted to run a game that just uses classes from the ABP.
I do. Almost all of my guys, Jason, that's all they play now. They prefer. So
there's this funny thing where you introduce it to the table and everything there is so like optimal that everybody just wants to play that, and you're like, oh no,
hold
stop,
on just a minute.
slow down.
I think they're unique. They're really unique.
Yeah, they're unique.
Yeah,
I think that's the flavor that I like. The flavor that they bring.
I haven't found them to be all that overpowered compared to standard CNC classes, but again, everybody's experience is different. So
yeah. No, Jason, you got that wrong. Everyone's experience might be different, but they're wrong.
They're wrong. Everybody's experience isn't mine. Correct.
If everybody else is wrong, what? Really?
The entire world would be great if everybody thought about things the way that I do.
Yeah,
That's true.
No, not me. No, I know. If everyone thought like I did, no, the world would be a hellscape. The world would be an absolute. We would be stuck back 200,000 years ago trying to figure out why fire is hot. Why is it hot? I don't know. What can we do with it? Nothing. Leave it alone. Don't touch the fire. Yeah.
Chuck, we can't hear you.
All right, my granddaughter came in. She was leaving. She's going to Bible school, so she wanted to come in here and say hi to me. So anyway, I'm gonna check the BackerKit real quick and fix something. So if you guys will watch for questions and entertain the folk, I'll be right back.
I can't watch for questions.
Now
Okay.
Chuck goes away and we all just sit here.
No, I'm not gonna
silently.
do that. I'm not gonna do that to you.
Yeah.
I gotta fix this.
Hi, we're entertaining.
Yes. Nate, have you been keeping up with the news outside of BackerKit, which is the most important news today?
No.
But the very first commercially available brain in a vat was sold today. So
Wow,
you know,
that's big. That's huge.
yes. So
Sounds
they,
hellish.
you know how they take like the brain cell and then they recreate brains, little organoid brains, and they have the organoid brains that work together now as a computer processor type thing. The first not publicly, it's commercially available. I think a company bought them. Anyway, so there's brains running these computers. They're mini brains, like from humans. It's insane.
I give up. I
That's
quit.
not- I quit.
Yeah.
Just take me, enslave me.
Yeah, I quit life. I'm done.
Yeah, no, it's dude. Okay, so that has to be the most insane development, I think.
We've officially gotten to the point of we're so obsessed with whether we can do things, we don't stop to think about whether we should. We've officially crossed that line.
Yeah, I sort of figured that at some point there was going to be a long time ago. I figured there was going to be the point. Blade Runner. That's why I was so fascinated with Blade Runner. It remains one of my favorite films. What does it mean to be human? That the barrier, that drawing line between what's human and what's not human is just going to get blurred beyond distinction at a certain point when all this computer stuff, genetic engineering, and all that kind of stuff all collides together. We are now at the collision point.
Yep.
So it's
Let's
just
talk about literally anything else. How about that?
anything that's not depressing. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was the news today. So there, happy day.
Yeah, I like A Wolf Alone just said it's like they're taking all the great sci-fi stories and using them as playbooks instead of warnings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly. No, science fiction. The interesting thing, I don't know, maybe you guys will disagree with me, but science fiction, and I'm not like too deep into science fiction, but I've read most of the classics and stuff, and I sort of get it. They do their warnings, all right? A lot of times it's like, if you go this far, you're going to have, like Asimov with this whole robot thing, you know? If you go this far, you're going to have to manage this issue, and it's not manageable at the end of the day, or seems to be unmanageable. Anyway, there we go. And no one takes it as warning, just as like, oh, maybe we should do that.
Have you seen this Matrix movie? That's got a really great business model for something that we could monetize very heavily.
Yeah.
Oh man, join the Matrix today. $9.95 a month. I'm like, well, how do you?
There'll be a premium ad-free edition as well.
All right.
Oh, yeah, right. Then you have to go out and work in the real life, but you don't have to work in real life. Your robot self has to work in the real life. It's
You don't get a robot self. You get to mine cobalt.
There we go.
Yeah, right. It's like Severance.
No, that's too utopian.
You just
That's too utopian for what they want. You have no idea how bad it will be. You have no conception of how horrific it will be.
All right. I got my problem fixed. So I'm back.
Good luck, Gen Z.
Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha, I wish you all the best.
Because there's absolutely no way that calling them Gen Alpha will go to their heads.
No.
The Troll Lord has arrived.
I just wish all of you out there who are younger than myself, good luck.
Thanks. Thank you.
Hey, you're all wrong. You're all wrong.
Oh, here comes Mr. Optimism. I just
Eternity Brigade. It's the Eternity Brigade. That's the science fiction book you should be reading.
Yeah.
Live forever. Life forever. As soon as they put our consciousness on a computer,
Oh, we're done.
we're immortal. It's fantastic.
Until someone,
It's fantastic.
Steve is here to herd the cats.
I wouldn't want to be immortal. That would suck.
Dude, that's the only thing I want. I want to live forever, see how this story ends. Because this story is awesome. This is the greatest story ever told.
I mean, a sun is going to consume the planet, and then the
But we won't be here.
But Steve, if you're
immortal, yeah, you will.
If you're immortal, then you get to see how the story ends, and then
you get to see every star blink out of the universe and experience the heat death of the universe.
If the entire universe ceased to exist and I was just floating in the ether, nothing, I would just think I don't have to listen to the phone ring ever again. Do you remember how Dark Star ends?
Oh God.
No, but that's not. Okay, yeah.
You remember the ship blows up? Ship blows up, and the guy gets on the ladder and he surfs off into the.
Yeah. No, but can't you know that's not how it's going to be? It's going to be like in the early 2000s, and the universe is going to be trying to reboot itself, but it has to connect online. It has a phone connection, and it's going to.
we all love to think we're in like some kind of like epic, serious sci-fi novel, and this great story is unfolding before us. In reality, we're in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's where we are.
Actually, yeah.
You know, I've never actually read that book.
Oh, Steve, it's one of the very few books that's ever made me laugh out loud while reading. Yeah.
Hey, I feel redeemed. I feel a certain level of redemption because I've never believed that out of the blue a troll laughs and you're like, what? What's going on? Did you kill someone? The Big Bang didn't happen. It'll be around.
Are you trying to say that we are
no, physicists, the majority of physicists say that they don't know, or it's probably, it's just as good as any other theory out there, that the Big Bang wasn't the thing.
What do you think, Davis?
Don't archaeologists overturn the entire history of our species?
Yeah, you're supposed to know this shit, Davis. Tell us.
Every day, Ken. Every day when I get online, I'm like, I'm going to go check archaeology news, and it's like, rewriting man's history because he discovered a village off the coast of Corsica. And I'm like, oh, God.
It all started with the Turks.
Did you say it all started with the Turks?
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of did.
Like Göbekli Tepe, that's in Turkey.
Oh, okay.
So
the Turks, like culturally.
In
archaeology news, though, interestingly, this is not interesting. I probably shouldn't.
Wait! Have you told your brother the news that you told everyone when you first got on? The big news.
Which, me or him?
Him. Of Davis.
Apparently, there's commercially available brains now.
Yeah.
In jars.
Oh yeah, the first computer made of brains has been.
We have arrived. It's ready for us. We're ready to ascend.
What does that even mean?
They grow little bitty human brains in a vat.
They're probably not shaped like brains. They're probably networks of neural tissue.
No, they're shaped. They're like little round balls with eyes. They have proto eyes on them.
No,
but how awesome would
yes, they do.
Hey, I like where Sparky's going, Steve. Look at that.
Chuck, I'm going to pull up a picture of organoids and send a picture of organoids to you, okay?
Sounds
and I want
great.
you to put it on stream.
I think Sparky's got it right. We built us a brain farm. We have 24/7 brains working everywhere for us.
I just know I kind of want a brain in a jar on my desk, but a real one. Bubbles.
You can get them.
You can reach out and touch the jar and communicate with it and just talk to it.
Yeah.
Right?
You can buy brains.
Jeremy knows a guy.
Expensive. No, I don't know a guy, but like
I want one.
I know a guy.
You can like
I
people that donate their bodies to science.
I want one from someone named Abby.
Oh, I know her.
Normal.
I know Abby Normal. Yeah.
Abby something.
Abby Normal.
Hey, what's up, Chris? Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
I need to watch that again. It's been a while.
Doesn't hold up.
Chuck, I'm putting it in.
Right, sit in our combo.
Oh, hey, haha, Chuck.
Hager the Horrible says, "You want a brain? I can get you a brain." I
You
just
sent
had
me this
image
picture
of me
before.
with a trench coat, like
Yeah, put it up in the chat,
I probably have it. God bless. Some of the pictures.
or
we
put it
send
up
each other.
in the thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna download it.
If it's a
again on
picture
my
of that
computer.
brain from RoboCop 2, I'm gonna.
What do
lose
you
my
call
shit.
that? Will you spell that for me? What's that called?
Organoid. ORGAN.
I got it. That's what it is. I got it. This program we
I'm
use is
switching over to the
strange.
stream so I can see
Are
this.
you on about that little bitty blob? That
Yes,
has an eyeball?
exactly. You called it. Right, exactly.
By the way, RoboCop 2.
It's a brain.
Great film.
It's an actual literal brain.
I don't think that it would be classified as a brain. It's probably just a few neuroreceptors that respond to that.
What do you think you are?
Is
Damn
it
it,
self-aware?
Yeah, but Steve, you just have to ruin everything, don't you?
Yeah, way to go, Steve.
Yeah, are you self-aware? Aren't you just a
No, I'm clearly not. I would not be doing the job that I do.
all you are is a little set of neurons responding to stimuli.
That I agree with.
Yes.
Most of them are dead.
All right, so right next to Davis, everybody that's watching the stream, we'll put this thing up right next to him. It's going to be his
Is this
pet.
the blob with eyeballs? I've seen
No,
this.
not at all. This is actually more of a xenomorph. It's more advanced, right, as you can tell.
Hey, speaking of xenomorphs, the new trailer for Aliens Earth dropped today.
Did it really?
Oh, I gotta watch that.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
way better news than this blob thing. Way to go, Steve.
Take that gross fucking thing off the screen. Holy shit.
Is it up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's an egg yolk with 2 blueberries.
Looks like somebody.
It's a skinned testicle, is what that is.
Yeah, it looks like somebody
Boomer.
fucking busted a nut in a petri dish. Put some gravel on it.
Let's find the trailer for that. It's called Alien Earth or something.
Alien Earth, yeah. I've been watching all the trailers up till now. I didn't know a new one dropped today.
Well, it may not be new, dude. I just saw it today. No, so
All I know is I saw Aliens in a movie theater, and it was the greatest cinematic experience of my life. And they've been chasing that high ever since.
you saw what?
The
Alien.
movie Aliens.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
Aliens.
I'd never seen it, and I got to see it this
Oh,
first
yeah.
time in a movie theater, and I was like, "This is the greatest movie."
I've got Davis's other
Yeah.
picture he sent me. He sent me another picture of this brain thing. Let me get that up here.
Game over, man.
Game over. And so-
Rick Monto, Romulus was really good.
I enjoyed Rick.
Romulus was better than it had any right to be. It was.
I thought it was great.
Really, yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
great.
Whoa.
Really?
The only issue I really had with Romulus, and it's a total nitpick, was that the alien life cycle takes however long they needed to take for the story.
well,
Some
always
people
been
it
true.
takes 3 days. Some people it takes 10 minutes. Like,
my complaint was that we didn't see very much of the Romulan Star Empire. But
No, that was bullshit. You're right about that.
I will come down on that series really hard, but I like Alien.
there's 2.5 really great movies.
There
in
it
that
is.
series.
There's the other brain
yeah,
picture.
I've actually enjoyed all of them, even Prometheus. I
Now,
like.
Davis, that's what they want right there. The crowd wants that kind
What?
of brain. Okay, they don't want.
That's RoboCop 2.
No. That's being developed. It's real.
That's the guy that's addicted to nuke that they put in the titular RoboCop 2.
I don't know what RoboCop 2. I have no clue. This is actual
It's a-
footage
by the
from
way,
a laboratory.
RoboCop 2 is named after the character RoboCop 2. It is not itself a sequel to RoboCop.
I don't know anything about any of that stuff. I don't know. But anyway, this is being developed
Which is
in New
the
Hampshire.
funniest thing.
There's a whole farm of them, like 500 of them being built right now.
Hey, a quick announcement.
Yeah.
Rick Montel in the chat here. That's Tyler Morrison. He is coming out of retirement this
Yes,
weekend.
he's coming out.
He is going to DICON to represent Troll Lord Games and run some castles and crusades.
Tyler Moe's gonna come out.
He is.
Whoa.
And he wants you to join him, Davis. He wants you to come down, hang out with him.
When?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You're supposed to say,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, sure. I'll get right on that. I'm calling up my horses and ponies now. Woo-hoo. Come here, dancer. Come here, vixen.
Oh my gosh.
Steve just mic dropped and walked away.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's good for that.
Everybody go home and watch RoboCop 2 tonight. I want to see that trending on Amazon.
I mean,
I
it probably will
actually
trend.
have all 3 of them on Blu-ray, and I have those cheesy Canadian TV movies on DVD.
Do you really?
Yes, I have all 5.
That was like a show, wasn't it?
They did a
Yeah.
regular TV series after those, but there were 5 TV movies that they did in Canada, like full 2-hour movies.
Oh, I don't think I've seen those.
I've never finished the third one.
Yeah.
Is it like that or is it a little better?
They're made for TV movies.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So they suck.
They're fun. They're fun. They're fun for what they are. Yeah. Good. Willie the Rat says good Canadian cheese. That's about the size of it. Yeah.
Dude,
That and Are You
okay.
Afraid of the Dark?
Canada has produced one of the greatest movies ever. What's it called? Or the TV shows ever?
Strange Brew?
No.
That's a good movie. Though. That's a great movie.
No, the three guys and the sister.
Is that what it's called?
Letterkenny.
2 guys, a girl, and a pizza place?
Because if it's not, now I want to make a movie called The 3 Guys and Their Sister.
Letterkenny was one of my favorite. Oh, they also made Trailer Park Boys from Canada.
Yeah, that's Nova Scotia.
Yeah. The Canadian sense of humor, I get it. I mean, or I don't get it all of it, but it hits with me.
I'm not going to say that this book has arrived, but it may.
Oh my gosh. It's in your hands. I bet you have.
Beautiful.
SCTV, that was good.
Yes.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Brain candy.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
Canada produced such film classics as Starship Invasions and The Shape of Things to Come. I don't even know either one of those. Hey, Jay.
Enemy Mine?
Hey, I'd just like to point out that Highlander the series was filmed in Canada, and Highlander the series is great TV.
Is it? Is it really?
It
I mean,
really
that's
is,
your
actually.
opinion, right?
It wouldn't have to try very hard to be better than the movies.
I didn't.
Okay.
I saw the movies, but I didn't see the.
There were 6 seasons of the TV.
6 seasons? You're kidding.
No,
No,
very
the
popular.
TV series ran for 6 seasons. The first season's sketchy until you get up to the end.
I refuse
it's
to
finding
believe
its
that.
feet, but then it ran. Yeah, it ran for like 6 seasons.
That's almost as long as Star Trek: The Next Generation.
It ran for a long run. It was a really good series.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
I just like how do you build that much scaffolding on top of like
I know
junk?
That's what okay, Lost was the same way. Lost was pitched as like a 1 or 3 season show, and it turned
that's a whole.
Yeah, they turned that into 22 seasons, and the directors or producers said they basically took season 3, which is supposed to be the wrap-up season, and spread it out for 19 more years.
Well, that was in the middle of the writer's strike, so like all the people who knew what the fuck was going on left.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "We got to keep making more show." And
Hey,
it's all these
listen.
people that have no writing experience.
Yeah.
Listen, you got hats off to the boldness of that move. We got this horribly complicated show.
Yeah.
All the writers quit. We're carrying on.
Okay, we have to go back. There's like a shadow demon or something. I don't know.
Right. There's a Highlander in this one. I think.
If the Highlander showed up in Lost, I'd be like, okay, I'm here for it. Let's see where this goes.
But that's like, okay, here I'm going to hit.
I never finished Lost. I got into like.
I didn't either.
I never watched it to begin with.
It was pretty good, but then I got bored and I just quit watching it.
Lost was absolutely.
And that's how I felt about The Walking Dead. It was pretty good, but then I got bored and I stopped watching it.
I like the
that's,
first
that's
season.
a legitimate.
Yeah.
I'll go up to bat for season 1 of The Walking Dead. I think that's
season 1 of The Walking
it's
Dead
really
was
great television.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
But by like season 3, they should have retitled it "People Arguing" and sometimes Zombie Show.
So there's a really interesting reason for that. There's a really interesting reason for that, which is that Frank Darabont was running the show, and they were like, "Frank, you made a great season of television. We want double the episodes, and we're cutting your budget in half." And he said, "I'm not fucking doing that," and he left. And then they hired some other guy, and then they just stretched it and stretched. That's why everything after season 1 is very talky.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's what a lot of shows end up doing that. And I think, and here I'm going to come down on Star Wars, but it's just me. I'm 150 years old. Who gives a shit? But Star Wars is just one fucking story. Star Wars Part 4, I guess, The New Hope, the original one we saw in 1976 or whatever. That's it. That's the whole story. And every other movie is a replication of that. How many times has the Death Star been destroyed? Like a billion fucking times.
Well, I mean, Empire is a pretty clear break from that.
Yeah, no, I'll say him, but that's I didn't like Empire that much. I mean, it was good, but
What?
it's
That's like one of the greatest movies ever made.
I wouldn't go that far.
No. And by the time the Jedi hit, I was so done with it that I was
I
like,
have learned to stay way out of Star Wars discussions.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't really care. I appreciate that people love it. I get it, because I have my things. Like, there's a lot of people out there who'll say that Conan is like, whatever, so basic. And I'm like, yeah, you can be
A lot of
wrong.
fun, though.
It's a lot of fun. And I think Conan is
One
genius.
thing about The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead gave us John Bernthal, without whom we wouldn't have the amazing Punisher that we have right now. So,
Hey, are they redoing that? I saw something. He's back as the Punisher?
yeah, he is in the new Daredevil. He shows up.
I thought they were doing him up.
No, they are. He's getting a movie. Yeah, well, a TV
finally.
movie, a Disney Plus movie.
I will say, I liked Rogue One. Rogue One, I really liked.
Davis.
Yeah, Rogue One, I really
I like all the
liked.
Star Wars movies. I like all of them.
Davis,
Yeah.
have you seen the Punisher TV show?
No, I have not. It came up on the TV last night, but my TV keeps reloading every 30 seconds. So
Throw it away. Go get a book.
Wait a minute. I haven't. I've just figured it out. He needs to move from Harrison. That is the problem. It's not him.
No,
It's not the
Davis.
house.
No, it's Davis.
He's a negative energy field around him.
It is definitely Davis.
I don't know what to do about the TV. It's constantly doing that. I'll get on Netflix and it like pauses for 10 seconds. Like
The best thing to do for that is to take the television and throw it in the holler, and then turn around and pull one of those books off the shelf and just read it.
The best thing would be to burn everything to the ground. Everything. All of it.
I'm sorry.
I'm with you.
Come
I gotta
on,
argue-
Kiki.
I got to argue with Manfred von Beck a little bit. He's saying that Conan the Destroyer feels like a Howard story,
Oh.
which I could not disagree with more. Maybe structurally, sure, with the monster at the end, but like in terms of tone and everything, it's way off base.
Jason,
I think
would you
that-
like to weigh
I
in
think you
since
would-
you are also a resident fan of Howard?
I know you like the Destroyer better than the original. I think you've said that before.
Who? You talking to me?
No,
Jason.
Jason.
I don't know if Jason hears this or
I'm
not.
sorry. No,
Jason checked out. He's reading the news.
I know, he's like over there like,
somebody
He's
just,
catching up on organoids.
he looks like me.
no, somebody just connected their iPhone to my computer, and I was shutting them off.
Oh, that's yeah.
Come on.
I actually agree that I liked Conan the Destroyer better than Conan the Barbarian as a Howard fan. As a Robert E. Howard fan, I like Conan the Destroyer better than Conan the
Crazy to me.
Barbarian. I think that it was. I don't know that I would go so far as to say that it actually feels like a Robert E. Howard story. It feels like a Roy Thomas Marvel Comics story.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, that's a good assessment.
We have a question in the
Because
we have a
They
question in the
put
chat for
characters from the
Jason.
comics and put them in the movie.
I think at GaryCon next year we have to have a ring fight over who's right, and everyone has to get into the ring and fight it out, and whoever wins is correct.
Oh, Howard.
But everyone has to be smothered in jelly.
Cooperative Waffles wants to know what did you just
What's
say?
sad is there's half of our fans would pay to see that, and the other half would just stop buying our stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, Coop Waffles just said, who disconnected my iPhone?
Yeah. No one wants to see us covered in jelly. You're absolutely correct about that, Manfred. You're absolutely
I will super go up to bat for that first Conan. Like, yeah, it totally butchers the non-existent backstory of Conan, and Arnold is not a convincing Conan the Barbarian, but the world and the tone and the music and the atmosphere of it and the action, I think, carries it completely.
I've always said that the two Arnold Schwarzenegger Conan movies, both of them, are fantastic presentations of the Hyborian Age that just happen to be about some other dude whose name is also
Yeah, some of them. I would agree with you, Jason. I really enjoyed both of them.
Yeah, the Jason Momoa Conan movie, on the other hand, had a phenomenal Conan with a
And his-
terrible presentation of the Hyborian.
And a story that put me to fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Yes, I was
It's the
so.
most,
Which one?
It's the most worthless MacGuffin in the history of
Okay,
film.
okay.
Which
Nothing,
movie?
Absolutely
Which movie?
does nothing.
Which
the
one?
latest Conan movie.
The Conan remake. So if we took Jason Momoa Conan, we put him in the John Milius Conan world with a slightly retooled story that doesn't include him being tied to Thulsa Doom, would that be your Conan movie?
I'm sorry, say that again. This person keeps trying to connect their damn phone to my computer.
I think Jason Momoa plays a great Conan.
Jason Momoa in the John Milius film with a slightly retooled
I think
story.
it would be a great. I think that would be a great Conan film.
Yeah.
I think my personal preference at the end of the day, I think Jason Momoa did an excellent job representing Conan. I really do.
Given the material he's given.
Given the material he was given, the material was horrible. I think tone in the first movie and then story in the second movie. I really enjoyed the second movie a whole lot.
It was
Minus
too
a few
kiddie
things.
for my taste. It was a lot lighter.
I liked the
Yes.
second movie when it came out. It was my favorite Conan. I loved it for years and years and years until I went back and watched it, and I couldn't bear it. I absolutely couldn't bear it.
Now,
I still watch it all the time. I really like the second Conan.
I
movie.
couldn't do it.
Okay.
Interestingly, I didn't like the first movie when it came out, but I can go back and watch that one now, which is just bizarre.
Well,
And I didn't care for Jason Momoa as Conan so much. And I do agree that movie was boring.
I think the secret sauce is that like really, really excellent Sword and Sorcery is written by someone who's extremely angry at the world. And John Milius was angry at the world.
Yeah.
And you can kind of
What we needed was John Candy as Conan.
Oh, you know, John Candy is Gru. That would have been excellent. Yeah.
All right, we got a
See it
couple
now.
questions floating around and chat about the current project that we're doing. If you guys are curious about our BackerKit project, go over and check it out. Here's a link to it. First question is, and this is from Heath D6, is there any chance of offering tarot card-sized adventure backpack cards? I've had a bunch of people ask me about that. I guess people are insinuating that a lot of gamers are older and can't read. I don't know.
Can't read.
get a magnifying lens.
Does it come with the glasses? Can we?
Probably not, because the price structure is already built for the card decks, and we've actually already ordered those deep, and they're stacked in boxes all over the place. So, you know, on the surface, I'm going to say no, maybe in the future. Probably about the time this spell cards come out.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
Look here, look, listen.
So basically, what he's saying is, sure, possibly. We can certainly think about it. We can certainly think about it. But right now, stock's pretty deep. It's like if someone said we need a new CKG or a new Castle Keeper's screen. Sure. When we get rid of the other 50,000 we have, we probably can do that. You know?
Speaking of which, I think we're fixing to have to reprint the Castle Keeper's Guide.
Yeah, I was wondering. I knew we were getting close to that.
Do we have any corrections for that?
Yes.
That I don't know.
Okay.
On page 322, there's an L.
Well, I only asked because that got the least attention out of any of them.
It had the least changes too.
Sure, but you know, it never hurts to go back and look.
So, second question is, this is from Nurakai Sol. Is there, or will there ever be, do you think, an official a necromancer class from CNC? I mean, maybe.
There
There
is one.
already is a necromancer class in CNC. It came out in a book
Haunted Highlands.
Robertson wrote for the Haunted Highlands, and I don't. Is it in the Player's Guide to the Haunted Highlands?
It's in
Jeremy?
the Player's
Yes,
Guide to the Haunted
it's in the
Highlands.
Player's Guide,
The spells are being half the necromancer spells are I drain ability score points from you,
Yeah.
which monsters don't have. So I'm fixing all of that.
That's Jeremy's current level.
Yeah. So there's one out there floating around.
Very imaginative.
There's a
but
lot of classes out there floating around. Actually.
But a lot of I drain you of 1d4 strength points. It's like, well, I don't have a strength score. I'm a monster.
Right.
Well, what does this do?
It drains you of a limb.
What is Davis banging on? It varies between him slamming his chair on the floor to his desk, to running his knee up on the desk, and then sometimes he'll just throw something.
I'll sit like this, and
You can't sit
my
still.
legs are,
You can't. It's
my legs are
impossible.
shaking. What's that leg
Commander
shake
Jason
syndrome?
McLeod asks, I have received the Beneath the Canopy Green PDF, but was the print copy sent? Well, unfortunately, Jace, we've had to wait for it, but it got here today. So we'll be
Wow.
shipping that stuff out in the
Hey.
next few weeks.
It should be starting to ship at Monday. We got the first wave going out, but the first wave we're going to do is to the United Kingdom.
Right.
So because the international backers have not even gotten their players handbook and CAD,
No, they're still
so we'll
waiting.
ship those out on Monday. Those will be put on a pallet. On Tuesday, we'll begin shipping all the Canadian orders, and probably on Thursday we'll begin shipping the. So next week they should be shipping.
And there you have it.
How many pages is that?
208.
708? That's pretty good.
208 pages.
Holy
200 and late. Haha, got him.
Snap.
So Manfred, because we're looking at maybe re-releasing Haunted Highlands, is why he's asking if we could put the Haunted Highlands classes in that book. But I'll be honest with you, the classes in that book have to be reworked anyway. I mean, it's everything's always.
I haven't done anything. I haven't looked at any mechanics for the classes. I've just
Yeah, we're not. No, we're not going to put those in the adventures back.
Now, question from Heath. It may have already been asked, but besides the OGL purging and raising the level 24 of the Adventures Backpack classes, have there been many changes to the classes? No, not many changes. And most of the changes were made directly from the community, from emails and people submitting stuff in the Discord and that kind of thing. We listened and we made good changes. I, for one, was big on making a lot of changes, and the way it's shaping up, I am very happy with it. I think you guys.
We also made some bad changes just for fun.
What?
Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
We make an effort to make a few bad changes.
Three good, one bad every time.
Yeah.
The red herring. Is that what they call it? The red herring to distract people.
So
A lot of the bad changes come when someone goes, "I don't give a shit."
That is true. When he's like, "I'm tired of X."
I have
And
never
then
heard that
slap-
said anywhere in this company
he
in
slaps
almost
together some
over
quick
8 years,
solution,
almost 9.
and then I'll come back to him.
I
and
actually said that's funny, Jason, because Chuck was asking me about 14 questions this morning, and I sent him a main incident that said, "I don't care."
It was a baby flipping me off as well, just to add to that. Oh my God, this job, I tell you. Will the Adventure Spellbook be getting a reprint update soon from Jace McLeod? Yes, it's on the docket for next year. Jeremy's looking forward to it. He actually keeps bugging me, wanting to know what he can start working on it sooner. So, do you think Steve will let me start tomorrow? That's not true, but he is going to work. Look at him. Look how excited he is.
That's the one that'll kill me. That's the one that'll kill me.
No.
Most of it's done, Jeremy. Just keep that in mind.
It's true.
What?
I've got
Haunted
90 spells
Highlands?
from the Haunted Highlands done.
The Adventure
40
Spellbook,
more to go.
most of the spells come from the player's
Oh, okay.
handbook
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
Amazing Adventure, and those are all done. So it's really just
Are
Jim
there Haunted
Morgan.
Highland spells in there or no?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because if there were, that's even more that's done.
Yeah, yeah. And
Let's
I'm going to
see.
be diving into rune lore here probably by Monday.
Yeah. Keith, the Gamer Geek, asked,
Steve, I have
"Are
a
you?"
question. Are the rune spells going to still be completely ridiculously overpowered so that everybody complains about them in rune lore?
Yes.
That is the plan, absolutely.
Nice.
Here's some archaeology news. They found Denisovians as far as Southeast Asia.
They found Dennis where?
Denisovians. They were thought only be
Oh, I know
in.
Denisovians. I went to
Was
school.
that one of your neighbors? I'm not sure who Dennis is. I've never heard
Denisovians, yeah.
Is that like a? All right. So Keith, the Gamer Geek, asked, "Are you sure I can still use the 9th printing books I bought last year?" Absolutely. Absolutely. We didn't change any mechanics at all. It's just how it looks mainly. And stripping out the
Yeah.
Yep,
honestly.
just rename some spells. That's about it.
I mean, we're still using the books here.
I want to impress on people. You can still use the books from 2005, 2006, and 2008.
At my table, we use 8th, 9th, 10th, and one guy uses the anniversary one. I swear to you,
Yeah.
when we play.
It really just, they're all
Yeah.
in
I've
essence.
actually sat in at some of Steve's big games that he runs at cons, and I've seen people literally at those tables using every single printing.
Yes.
Castles and Crusades next to each other. And
Yeah.
All right, so Manfred asks, did Free Fire Zone for A get released yet? No, it is on the dock to be released very soon, hopefully this year.
It's supposed to be released yesterday.
It was scheduled to release yesterday, like Jeremy said, but I delayed it so that Dakota could get things caught up in the print shop.
Right.
We're not quite there yet, but we will be there by Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll get back on track.
Hopefully by Wednesday, we'll release both Watershed, the Saline Watershed, and Free Fire Zone.
Let's see. Stephen mentioned, this is from Rick Montel. Stephen mentioned using a different XP progression for some upcoming AA projects. In addition to the alternate quick leveling up, could we also have separate XP listings more in line with the normal profession from CNC and AA?
For what?
Well, great. Jason will have to take that second one, but what we're experimenting with.
I'm not sure. I don't understand what he
Well,
means.
what
by
he's saying is, if you're going to do alternate rules, can we still make sure we have the normal XP charts in there as well?
Yeah, but what's
For what?
what's this about having different XP progressions for
So,
upcoming AA
so
projects?
what I've toyed with, and nothing's been greenlit yet. What I've been toying with, like on the combat medic, I wrote the combat medic class, and because Davis and I developed rules in Comrades, which will be a subsidiary game of Amazing Adventures or whatever you call that, spin-off, whatever. There's a high probability that you get killed by random crap. And it's going to be very frustrating if you're an 8th level guy with 160,000 experience points and a piece of shrapnel hits you in the brain and kills your character.
But you're never the way you've written it. A character's never going to get past first level.
We fixed that. But so what I did on the combat medic, we haven't play tested this yet. You gain second level at 500 experience. You gain third level at like 1,000. So your level progression is extremely fast. So if you get killed, you can replace them relatively. But you all watched All Quiet on the Western Front, and some of those veterans they died and they didn't get replaced.
That's true, and but so there's some interesting stats that have come out of the World War I, World War II, Vietnam, yada yada yada. So first contact with the enemy, your chances of dying are really, really, really high, right? Like in a firefight, close encounter firefight. But the second counter, those same people, their chances of dying are significantly lower. Like really, really, really quickly, people adapt to the battlefield. And those who didn't adapt died like first thing. Boom, out the door, out the door, out the door. And that's what I don't know when America changed, or if they did, when they did, or who did this the best. So when you rotate units in and out of battle,
Excuse me.
so like when a unit, like say a group of 100 people, they lose 50 in combat, and they just put 50 new people in. There was someone who didn't do that.
That was me. I didn't do it.
It was the National Guard. I think it was the Texas National Guard at the Rapido Battle, the Battle of the Rapido River in 1943 in Italy.
Yeah, they replaced units.
They
got
mutilated, and it changed the Army doctrine on replacing troops.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, it's what.
Huh?
I never learned nothing from no history.
But what Davis and I are toying with, and I'm going to tell you right now, and it's not just a toy, because Comrades will be a different animal. It's not really designed as a role-playing game where you're going to play like I did with the big game for 19 years and all this. It's going to be a fast-paced, highly lethal. You've got to be. It's kind of built around the way Davis runs his own game. And it's not going to be for everyone. I can tell you right now, people are not going to like it. I've seen people sit at Davis's table and they're not happy because they die so often. They're just not happy and they can't build, the whole thing. Me, I tend to absolutely love that stuff. But so that's Comrades, which is, what do we call that, Jason? An imprint of CNC? It's a
subsidiary.
Spin-off?
Shadow. It's a shadow of.
Well, so the idea, for those of you who don't know, there's Castles of Shades, Amazing Adventures. Castles of Shades is fantasy. Amazing Adventures is horror, future. I can't think of any other genres.
Sci-fi, Western,
Really?
horror, modern, cult,
Science fiction, cult.
yeah. Post-apocalypse. You name it, Amazing Adventures is built to do it.
You can even do
and Comrades will fall into that. So you'll use your Amazing Adventures rule books and stuff, but we will have some, and there's still classes you can play your Amazing Adventures class with. But there'll be a few classes that you develop for Comrades.
But all that stuff's.
That's why we just put it out as a little short module, Ken. We've been toying with it for such a long time. We're like, fuck it, we'll just do it. Then we just wrote it up. We'll see, and then run with it.
Actually, Manfred von Beck just said Amazing Adventures is Gamma World this year, please. I want to chime in there. First of all, boy, we would love to have Gamma World, but we don't. But that said, I've been working on it for a long time. I've finally unlocked what I want to do for rules for creating mutant animal type characters. So, yeah, whenever we get around to redoing the Book of Powers, I think you're going to see mutant animal rules find their way into the expanded Book of Powers. So,
let's see. Got a question here from.
We can do Beta World.
Beta World, we could, yeah.
Or Omega World. Yeah. See? Omega
World.
World.
There we go. Omega World.
Yeah.
I mean, we can probably get away with that.
Wait. That's okay. That's not a bad idea. Omega Earth.
Omega Earth. There we go.
Isn't that a DC thing?
Oh wait, isn't it? Wait, yeah.
I have a question for the class.
Tall World.
Was Gamma World named Gamma World because of gamma ray?
Yes.
Yes, gamma radiation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there
From
any
nuclear
other
bombs.
type of radiation we can name a world?
There's plenty, but it was called gamma because gamma radiation is the most powerful and destructive.
What is the most second powerful and destructive?
Would it be what's the letter before G?
Alpha.
F. Is there an F ray? I don't know.
Foxtrot ray. That doesn't sound as good.
No. Ionizing ray.
I like Omega World. Omega World is a cool
World sounds pretty
Omega Earth. Yeah.
So, Heath D6 asks, question.
Alpha, beta, gamma, X, and neutron.
Go ahead, Chuck. What do you got?
Oh, man. It's like teaching school again. Let's see. Any luck with putting together the PDF of the changes from the PHP to the Reforged PHP? I don't think, Heath, that's even possible. There's been so many different people work on it, and I don't think we got everything sent in. I mean, Steve, you have...
Wait, what was the question?
There's been a lot of people wanting us to do a document. I know we've got a little chart we're going to put out. I got to get to that. The
I keep
spells.
forgetting. So the changes aren't, and Jeremy and I both have it. It's on an Excel spreadsheet that shows these are the
Okay.
spells, these are the new names.
So those are the.
No, they're wanting other changes.
There were none.
There have been a few little ones that we haven't tracked.
Yeah, tiny ones, but they really aren't. I mean, Magic Missile is still acts just
No,
like
I know
Magic
that.
Missile.
They won't know about anything outside of the spells. Was there what other changes? Whatever.
Monsters, magic items,
Disposition would be it.
disposition. You had me simplify some mechanics for some monsters.
Yeah.
You simplified some mechanics for some spells.
But like the classes weren't touched. Nothing in the classes changed. Nothing
But
in
you
the
do have
equipment
a log of all the spell changes.
Well, the spell
No.
name changes for sure.
Right.
I have a log of the spell name changes.
Right, but they're wanting
was-
all the changes, but I don't think we've got that.
But
You don't have a
think,
change
I
log.
think that's kind of the misnomer. There really isn't this giant lexicon of changes, and everyone should know that. Even when Jeremy went in to change a spell, we were all under instructions to keep the spell as close to the original
Yeah.
as we could. And what he changed was where there were third edition references, he changed those more to fit for C. But
Yeah, or
the
like
Magic Missile doesn't do
yeah.
like grow trees or something. It's just
The only one that jumps out in my head is you sent me the air elemental and you said the whirlwind ability is too complicated. Because it
Yeah.
required lots of die rolls and lots of like direction dependent stuff, and you said cut this down. And I cut that down pretty extensively.
But now was
but
that
it still plays the same
Was that
basic.
a
Still plays the
spell?
same, yeah. No, it's an ability of the air elemental.
so not in the
And I think
PHP then?
the
Okay.
water elemental
Yeah.
had a similar change.
Yeah, I can't express that in the player's handbook. The changes, the absolute biggest changes are to the alignment system, and it only changed in that we allowed you to do. You can be law/good and good/law. So
Or just law or just evil.
well, yeah, I mean, and that literally is it. Beyond that, classes didn't change. The siege engine didn't change a bit. None of the combat stuff changed.
We might
Turning
have
rules didn't
tweaked.
change.
We might have tweaked a range. I have a ghostly memory of changing the range on something.
I don't think so. I didn't mess. Now, what we did make sure is the stuff in the CKG and on the screens in the PHP all lines up. I think some of the things were
Yeah,
And that's what we got to change in the CKG too.
Omega 12.
but they're really. I mean, we'll happily put those Excel spreadsheets out, but there really weren't changes that.
Right.
Now, I mean, the one Excel spreadsheet is just the spell reference table.
Yeah.
Which got changed after I wrote it.
I think the biggest changes were in the monsters and treasure and the names of the magic items.
There were
Absolutely.
some extensive. There was some not extensive, but there was a good amount of reworking on those magic items because a lot of them were just lifted whole cloth
Right.
from third and used mechanics that we just don't have.
Now, if you get into the language change,
That's extensive too.
that's extensive because we had to
Yeah.
get a lot of the SRD stuff out of there. And I mean, I can post some stuff like what we did. I redid the spell section, and I've got the.
We
Boy,
spent
did you ever.
forever redoing spells. We spent a long time.
spent a long
rewriting
time.
the spells.
No, not the spells, but the how to cast spells section. Jeremy did that. He ran that software that pulled out the SRD stuff, and he highlighted each paragraph. And I would say it's 15 paragraphs over.
We
10
went line by line through that fucking.
We did, and we just rewrote it, but it
Yeah.
says the exact same thing. Nothing changed. It's just
Okay.
reworded.
Yeah.
So I've got the last question for the evening. Then we got to do our giveaways, and I've got to go.
God damn! Wow.
Agar the Horrible asks, "Where's a good place to? Where's a good thing to get good history or lore on Aired?"
On Aired,
I'll let you know when I find it. Hey-o! No, I'm kidding.
the Codex of Aired is going to be your best bet, and the Andanuth, which I think both are. I know the Codex is, and I think the Andanuth is on sale on the store.
Yeah, I mean, if it's me, I would recommend just picking up the Codex of Aired. It's everything you need, and it's the current version of it is phenomenal. I mean, when we were working on Codex Exaltum, I can't tell you how many times I grabbed the Codex of Aired off the shelf because Steve and I were working on Celestials that are tied into Aired, and it was all right there. So
Heath,
And
we got
Jason's
that.
100% right. The Andanuth is a book on its own, but it's also one half of the Codex of Aired, I think. So
Yeah.
the Codex of Aired is the bang for it. Though the Andanuth is probably on sale.
I would say the Andanuth because that's the lore mostly, and
Now,
the ancient lore, and it's more readable because it's a little
is.
hardback.
It's a little hard.
All right.
now I will advise you.
So this is
The Andanuth is very stylized.
So we'll break into that in the next
minute.
stream. We're getting ready to do our giveaways now because I'm going to shut the stream down. If you don't, I got to go.
All right, just mute everybody
Oh, that's
and it's
brilliant.
a 1-point font.
and do the giveaways.
Now, all right, we're going to do the giveaway. So I'm going to get this stopped in here right now. Here we go. Don't forget, if you are bored and you happen to be near St. Louis in Illinois, let's see.
Like everyone's like, I'm going on a day trip to St. Louis.
You never know. You might be in the area. Go by and see Tyler. He'll be by. He's running a booth, doing some demo games. We got some other people there running games. Just want to plug it there. That's all. All right. All right.
Oh, it's only ain't that far.
No,
that is
not
very
that
far.
I'd like to go one year.
Rick Loveday, yes, in the Castle Keepers Guide.
All right, I got it closed here.
It's only
All
a
right.
9-hour drive.
We're going to pick 3 codes. The first 2 will be $15 off our store. The third will be a $25. There'll be a link that pops up in the stream. They'll take it to the Discord, and Obsidian Risk over the Discord will give you your code. You can just tag him, you can DM him, you can talk shit about him, whatever you want, or you can harass Lando the Archmagi. Either way, I'll get you a code eventually. We'll get it to you. So,
Harassment.
let me get the first winner. This is for $10. Oh, let me put that out there one more time. What are you asking about, Rick? I'm not sure what you're asking about. Where? Oh, he's asking you, Steve. What did you say about it? CKG?
The Castle Keepers Guide. If you want travel times, it's in the Castle Keepers Guide, yes.
Yeah, he said he was having problems finding it, I think. Okay. All right. Let's see. First winner for $15 is going to be Turbo KKV. Congrats. Congrats. Well, I'm sure you can point them to Scott, though. Lando. Next up would be Quadroma. Congrats, Quadroma, for $15. And then our final will be for $25. And that's going to be for Davis Chanel. No, wait, that's not right. All right. Looks like it was Coop Waffles. Oh, look at that.
Cool.
The master of the
Congratulations,
waffles.
guys.
Congrats, Cooperative. That's great. That's great. Congrats.
Somebody up there asked when they could buy Exaltum. Just to pop in there, the manuscript is finally at long last complete. And Steve is working on a little cleanup to make sure it fits right with Infernum, and then hopefully we're going to be moving on to editing.
Has it?
Yeah, it's gonna be in editing very, very soon, and we got about 20 more pieces of art to do. Movement is found. If you look at it's not under travel, it's under movement. It's on page 105 and then 107. I think that's what I just messed that up. I think it's 105.
Yes. I don't know.
107.
Which one is it?
It's 105 and 107. The canoe travels on 175. Flying creatures 109. Increased speed. Just go to movement in the index.
So there you go, Mr. Love. There you go. All right. I think we're going to get out of here. Any last final words from any of my coworkers?
Spread the word for the BackerKit campaign.
True.
Spread
Yeah.
the word.
Yep,
Oh, no.
Backpack's doing great. Keep it going.
Doing fantastic.
You got a tiny clone
There's
of
the
the devil.
link.
Would you torture
Spread
it?
that everywhere. And yes, cooperative. Evidently, you managed to get on Jason's computer and somehow hack your way into the actual raffle and won. Congratulations for that. That's great. All right, so I'm going to get us out of here. I'm going to line us up with a raid. Give me just a second. Set up. I've got something I got to raid into.
Oh, I have a. You know what? We don't have an adventurer class.
It's because they're all adventurers.
I was about to say they're all-
What the hell? Yeah. What?
No. I'm thinking up something totally different.
I mean, it would be someone who's really adept at moving through environments. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
discovering things.
The Raider. He'll be the Raider in Amazing Adventures.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. We basically do have an adventurer class.
We're
You're
going to raid into Eat the Surf. He's doing a Monster Talk. RPG concepts discussed as we conclude our HeroQuest vintage miniature board game. Oh, cool. I love me some HeroQuest. The best game ever.
right. We need an imp bottler class. Which goes around collecting imps and putting them in bottles.
I thought that was Steven.
And they take them out of the bottles and things.
See what I did there? You see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate you guys sticking with us. I'll be back in the morning for my stream, talking around 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. What is that? Pacific? I don't even know. 7:30 maybe? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I'll be on. Stop by and see me. I'll give you some updates. We'll talk about stuff I'm working on and all that good stuff. Give away some more stuff. We will discuss why Jeremy looks like a giant insect in the morning. All right, folks. We appreciate you. Have a good evening. And go give Dave a follow over there at Eat the Surf. He's a rad dude. Thank you, guys.
He's a rad dude.
Y'all be cool. Troza! Ow! And don't forget, back the Adventures Backpack now.
I just had a great idea.